So, you slipped and fell at a grocery store. What's next? Do you need to sue? Do you need to try to get a settlement out of this? What does that look like? Do you have a personal injury case? Before we dive into that, I'm going to ask, please subscribe. Follow us along. My goal is to make sure that you understand everything you need to know before you need to know it about your personal injury case. Because guess what? Nobody ever imagines that they will be a plaintiff in a personal injury case. You have no idea how often I talk to clients and they are shocked that they're in the position of having to file a lawsuit or having to hire a lawyer. So make sure that you follow us along, hit that subscribe button, and before we dive into it, make sure that you follow us along. Thanks so much. So, hurt in a grocery store. What's next? Grocery store injuries are really interesting because when there is food or something spills in an aisle in a high traffic area, the way that these grocery stores are designed is that they typically have tile floors. Now, there's two things that always seem to happen with tile floors, and this is just being overly obvious. One, they're pretty friggin' hard. If you fall on one of them, you've got a good chance of getting hurt. Second, they can be really slippery. So when something does happen, you have the ability to do something about it, because when you walk into that business, when you walk into that grocery store for the first time, you are what's called a business invitee. And I went a little bit into this in my general Heard at a Business video last time, but if you walk into a business, that business has a duty to protect you. You are there to spend money. So guess what? The law protects the person who's trying to spend money. And in particular, at a grocery store, there is a high probability that something gets spilled. So you're hurt at a grocery store. What can that grocery store do to protect you before you get hurt? Number one, they can have a policy and procedure to check every aisle to make sure there isn't something spilled. For example, let's say that you're in the produce aisle, and I'll use the same example I used in my last video, and there's a couple of grapes on the floor. Guess what? When you step on that grape and it explodes, there's a good chance you're going to spill over just like you were in Donkey Kong spilling over a banana. It is a really dangerous thing if there's produce on the ground. So if that grocery store doesn't have a policy that says we must do a lap every 10 minutes and make sure there's nothing on the ground, and let's say that that policy is every 25 minutes. But guess what? Let's say that a minute after that 25-minute lap, somebody spills a bunch of grapes. It's pretty unreasonable for grapes to be sitting in the middle of an aisle for 24 minutes. So, if you don't have a policy and procedure as a business, you're going to get slammed when it comes to a jury trial, because people need rules and systems to protect those that go through the business. So, if you walk through a business, especially a grocery store, where it's tile floors, slippery floors, and there's so much stuff in there that can fall and spill and cause it to be dangerous, you are entitled to compensation if you fall and get hurt, especially if the policies and procedures are not clear and safe and reasonable. So let's say that we go to, I'm just going to say a name, Trader Joe's or Giant. And let's say that at Trader Joe's, they have somebody that does a lap every 3 minutes. Now that is really great standards. If they have somebody that goes and checks the floors every 3 minutes and just make sure that every aisle doesn't have something obviously spilled in it, there's a good chance that a jury's going to side with them. So a business owner who owns a grocery store can protect themselves from getting sued by just protecting people from getting hurt, because these rules are not rules unless they're enforced. So let's say that Trader Joe's has a 3-minute rule, but they only actually check every 15 minutes. Guess what? You know what my Exhibit A is going to be? Trader Joe's. So, store owner, when I put them on the stand. So, I see right here, Rule 101 says that you must check every aisle every 3 minutes. I have the video here and it's running for 20 minutes and I only see that you checked once. So is that every 3 minutes? No. You know that a jury's not going to really like the way that sounds. If rules are not enforced, then they are not rules. So a grocery store can protect the people in the store, most importantly, by having guidelines that are based around safety, that are to protect you. If they don't, and if you get hurt, they have a lawsuit coming. But something that I need to remind you, as I remind you all the time, and I know you're probably annoyed hearing it, if you did get hurt, and if you hired a lawyer like myself, and we did have to try to settle your case, and the insurance company, not the business, because the moment you get hurt, their insurance company steps in, the insurance company says, hey, I'm not going to do anything about this. You're going to have a $1,000 offer on your broken arm case for the next 10 months or so. If that insurance company is unreasonable, we are going to sue, and we're going to take that case to trial. We're going to put that manager on the stand, and we're going to make them pay for your benefits. Remember, this is just an insurance benefits thing. And if you do get hurt at a grocery store where there is a high traffic area, where there is hard floors, slippery floors, lots of stuff that can spill and hurt you, you definitely have a personal injury case. Even if that business tries to follow safety rules, if those safety rules are inadequate, they're still going to lose that case. So, just to recap, if you get hurt at a grocery store, you do have a personal injury case. The first thing that I would recommend you do, tell that store clerk, hey, I just fell down on the aisle, my arm is throbbing, I'm going to go to the hospital right now, can I please just quickly fill out an incident report? If they are able to give you that, that gives you the verifiable proof that your injury is related to that fall at that premises. If you wait for a period of time after your fall and after you get hurt, there is a chance that the video that probably caught your fall, while it may be a little embarrassing, it still is really important evidence. If you have that on video, then you want that video. If you don't hire a lawyer and they don't send the right letter to that grocery store, that video will get deleted if it's on a loop. And guess what? That's on you. You didn't hire a lawyer quick enough. That's why I want to make sure that you understand what to do if you are in this situation. Let me just be clear. I hope none of you guys ever fall at a grocery store. I've seen serious injuries come specifically from falling at grocery stores because there is such a high traffic amount of people on such hard floors with such spilling hazards everywhere that place needs to be kept really safe. If it is not kept safe, if you get hurt, you are entitled, and I'm going to say it just like a billboard lawyer, to financial compensation. So, just to recap, if you get hurt at a grocery store, you do have a personal injury case. Make sure to document it, take some pictures, make sure to talk to the store clerk and get an incident report, then contact a lawyer. That's it. Then just take care of yourself. I'm not the kind of lawyer that says you got to go get treatment for your injury case. Because guess what? If you get treatment, the most important thing is that you're feeling better. That's number one. And if you are getting treatment, your case will build itself. A good lawyer doesn't say, if you don't show up for that doctor's appointment, guess what? I'm not going to have you be my client anymore. A good lawyer is there to support you. And yes, we can recommend doctors to you, but what I want is for you to feel better, more than even if you have a case. Because if you're feeling better and you don't have a case, guess what? We shake hands, you owe me nothing because I only get paid if you get paid, and we're both in great shape. I want you to feel better, and if you're going through something that is not your fault, I'm sorry for you for that. So, getting hurt at a grocery store sucks. I hope you don't go through it, but hit that subscribe button. Make sure to follow along so that you can protect your personal injury case in the future, so you understand your rights and you understand what to do to protect yourself. If you ever have any questions or if you're ever going through something, my contact information is below. I'd be happy to hop on the phone with you, either myself or with a member of my team. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.